Welcome everybody to the Reality or Not podcast with your boy DJ Reality and your boy Ed Williams. What up? What's good, Ed? What's good with you?
Nothing much, man. What's going on with you?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling out, figuring out life. Uh, if it matters, just let you know so shit don't look weird. Got this little patch on the back of my neck, dealing with some neck shit. So literally some neck shit. But nah, I got the pinched nerve and I'm trying to figure that shit out. But I got this pad on there with drugs. So all that being
Okay.
said, yeah, now I want you to be like, nigga, get that shit off your neck, bitch.
I can't even see it.
Oh shit, even better. Shit.
Just
It's a
put dick on your neck for no
big
reason.
ass white patch on the back of my neck and shit. Uh, but
Okay.
cool, man. So topics. We could jump right into it. We got the Hawk dying. Um,
The
did that?
Incredible Hulk.
No, no, Hulk Hogan.
Oh,
I mean, it'd
no.
be
Oh,
Marvel characters never die, man. Come to find
oh,
that out. We can go into that too. I was looking into some stuff. They were saying how they might bring back some characters, not necessarily Iron Man, but they were talking about Captain America. I forgot what I was reading that, but they were saying how essentially no character ever dies within almost like Superman. Like Superman, you can't really. I mean, that's DC, but you can't really kill Superman. Even though they had his whole funeral and stuff like that, he eventually came back. But it's just interesting, like, and we'll talk about Hulk Hogan. Fuck that. I want to talk about this Marvel shit because now you got my brain running. Um, how do you feel like Marvel is going to move forward from all of the Endgame, MCU, Infinity War, and all that stuff? How do you feel like, or how confident are you in the movies that I don't know if you've seen the projected movies that's supposed to be coming out, like Spider-Man supposed to be coming out next year, um, uh, uh, Doom or uh, not Infinity War, but the next Avengers supposed to be coming out. I think it's called Doom Legacy. I can't remember the name of it, but I think it's called Doom. It's something with Doom in it because they
okay.
bring in Doom with what's his name,
Robert Downey
Robert Downey
Jr.
Jr.
Right.
So, how do you feel like? Because they had a chokehold on the movie industry. I would say probably maybe it's been kind of off like maybe the past 3 or 4 years, but before that, if a Marvel film was coming out, is selling a billy. Um, Shit, even something as I don't want to say it's terrible, but something that I didn't enjoy as much as Captain Marvel. So, how do you feel like they're heading? Moving forward.
I don't know. I didn't even see the slate of movies coming.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think Marvel's kind of gotten comfortable, so I don't know if they'll ever get back to like what they were at their peak.
Hmm.
I think it's, I mean, I know some people don't like how the quality of it's gone between the movies and the Disney Plus stuff.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know, man. Really, man, I'm just here for the entertainment. I don't try to read too in depth with the stuff. Is it as good as the earlier stuff? Nah, but I mean, they ain't really making stuff for the diehards no more. I don't think they're making it for your casual fans. So
Hmm.
like some of the diehards are upset about stuff, but still gonna watch it though. So they still gonna get the money from the diehards and the money from the casual people. I think for that right now, I think Marvel just what they can do to make money. I don't know. The ever since the Infinity, um,
Infinity
was it
Saga.
was yeah, ever since the Infinity Saga, they haven't nothing's really been outstanding.
Stickler. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know how you flip that switch. Like, they ain't the 2000 Lakers. I don't think where they can just flip a switch and win a championship. So,
Mhm.
um, I mean, they could get back to it. I wouldn't necessarily count them out, but I want to look. I mean, I don't have my hopes up. Like, I'm not really eagerly anticipating anything coming from them. Like, I think they got the Fantastic Four. I don't even want to see the Fantastic Four.
I thought it was actually pretty good. I was
Was it?
surprised at how good it was. Not to give any spoilers, but at the same time, it was kind of you know, it was. Uh, I don't know if you've seen the past three Fantastic Fours. It was definitely better than the one that came out in 2015. Um,
Can't even remember.
with Michael B. Jordan. It was it was
Oh, I don't think I saw that one. I don't think I saw it. I remember him being in there now because he was black and people didn't understand why.
I'll say this. Mm, that's one. I'm of the like, even if it's a bad movie, I'll watch
Yeah,
it just to, if it goes along with the timeline and all that stuff.
yeah,
That's one that you don't need to watch. And I tried to watch and it just didn't stick. And and two, like it was. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Michael B. Jordan. I think he did great in Sinners. I think he's just a pretty good actor all the way back to The Wire, from where I remember him from. And it just wasn't like, it wasn't he was a bad actor or anything like that, or it was bad acting. It just, the storyline was just not it.
I
Um,
got you.
but to go back to the other two Fantastic Fours, I almost want to say that it it would have it's better or almost as good as the first one.
Okay,
I really enjoyed the first one, but I was just surprised. I feel like they're going more comic book ish, which can work,
yeah,
but it's hard to translate that on film. Because what I've been doing, I've been watching all of these animated um, Marvel shows and animated DC shows, and I'm like, well, you can't translate. I don't know. As an example, I mean, this is in the credits, but or in the trailer, but you got Mole Man in there, right?
yeah,
Mole
yeah.
Man in the comics was kind of a disgusting dude,
Right,
and he just held it down underground. But having him, you know, be within it, it was kind of. I mean, he wasn't in it, a terrible like a lot, but it was weird to see how they tried to translate it to the
right,
film versus other characters that they could have done. So, but I mean, honestly, I mean, I saw Superman and I was surprised at how they managed to work with that. You know,
okay,
they had Green Lantern, who they did, who it didn't work out with for Ryan Reynolds, and
yeah,
but I think it translated very well to film the things that they were trying to do. But I mean, that's James Gunn, so it
right.
just depends on like I said, I'm a huge fan of Peacemaker too, which actually comes out I think in a couple weeks. But all that being said, I'm not to say I'm not confident in what Marvel can do, but I think it's going to be harder with them trying to translate more from the comic book rather than just creating good films. Like I would watch Captain America: Winter Soldier and not even think like, oh well, that's not like, it was just a good ass movie. Like I think that movie
Right.
can stand alone and just watch it. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. Uh,
Yeah,
but
I feel you.
yeah, so jump back into Hulk Hogan. What was your feelings when he passed?
Yeah, people die every day, B.
I mean, I feel
Nah,
you.
I mean, Hogan, he had already, went down his dark path, so I really didn't. I mean, nah, yeah,
It's funny. Now I re-listened to that audio, and it
yeah,
was crazy. I didn't realize how fucked up it was. I mean, of course, in the moment, you like, yo, what the hell Hulk Hogan out here doing?
yeah,
But it was like the rant. It was, it was unnecessary.
right, right,
Uh, it was almost like, and I really hate this when, and I don't know if this is what PR people tell people to do once somebody say nigger or something like that, but he was saying that, I watched this other interview about it, how he was, kind of apologizing. He's like, well, I grew up saying it within, I think he's from Florida. I grew up saying it within where I'm from, and it was kind of just within our community, and I was very loose with saying it, and he apologized for that. But at the same time, it's like, bro, like I never understood people's excuse to say, well, like almost that somebody co-signed you saying it, so it's okay.
Right.
If you know this is offensive, just don't say it. You know,
Yeah.
I don't believe in giving you a pass for those types of things. So when you get caught up in it, apologize, donate to the United Negro College Fund,
Hmm.
see if they give us some scholarships. We don't know. The money just be going there. But all that being said, do something to make people. And I had saw some things like how he was removed from the Wrestling Hall of Fame, and he was put back into the Wrestling Hall of Fame, and all of these things. And I'm just like, well, I don't know.
Nah, I mean WWE is just like comic strips. Like nobody ever really is gone. The only person that probably can't ever make their way back into WWE's good graces is Chris Benoit because he's not alive to do it. Um, but
I mean, him, or his family.
yeah, so you know, I mean, yeah. So Chris Benoit is the only one that probably won't ever make it back, and he wasn't like necessarily like I don't know, like Hulk Hogan. If they had kicked him out, like if they had kept him kicked out, now that he's dead, they might have been like. But see, he was already in the Hall of Fame. But let's say Hulk Hogan dies before he gets into the Hall of Fame. He does all this stuff.
Hmm.
Hulk Hogan was big enough and meant enough to the sport that you'd probably be like in depth, be like kind of like baseball did with Pete Rose, like, oh, now he can get into the Baseball Hall of Fame
Because
because he's
we could
dead.
talk about that too. I'm like, why the fuck y'all gonna put him in there when he died? I don't know.
Yeah,
I got
like
I
if
got
he was,
feelings about that too.
yeah, I thought that was trash. But like Chris Benoit was never on that level. Like and obviously Hulk Hogan's a whole nother stratosphere, but like Chris Benoit was never Chris Benoit. Like when it came out, you killed your whole family.
Hmm.
Like, um, yeah, that Hall of Fame bid was never gonna happen. But other than that, anybody else, they say something. So I wasn't surprised that Hulk Hogan got back in. I mean, Hulk Hogan, when you think about it, I still watch wrestling. Like wrestling wouldn't be what it is without Hulk Hogan. Like I think Hulk Hogan was the few to me. I think about at first I was thinking it might be along like Magic and Jordan, but they kind of came along when the league was like dying. I don't know if WWF or wrestling period was dying.
I think
Um,
he brought a lot of exposure to
but
it
he did,
to,
yeah,
to make it interesting. He made it more mainstream. It was kind of
he's like,
mainstream,
yeah,
but
he's
he
like
was.
Michael Jordan to me.
Hmm. Oh,
Like he pushes it into that next stratosphere. Like you had like people before him that were like, you had Andre. I don't know if Andre the Giant was around before him or whatever, but you had those people like that. But then like when you got Hulk Hogan and that whole red and yellow, that Hulkamania thing, like he
hmm.
just because like I wasn't a big because honestly I wasn't a big Hulk fan. Like I remember when the natural disasters attacked him, and I
Hmm.
think I remember when one of them foreign dudes like I don't even know that they attacked. No, they wasn't like one of them threw some fire in his eye, and I just remember Mean Gene in the corner crying. Like I felt bad for
Well, you
Mean
know,
Gene.
Mean Gene.
Yeah, like I didn't really feel bad for Hulk, but by the time I remember when the Undertaker beat Hulk Hogan, I was like, oh, that's cool. Like tired of him. Like even when he made his heel turn, I mean, you
Mm,
were supposed to hate him then, but the heel turn rejuvenated his career. Like,
mm,
but I mean, Hulk. I mean, you can't deny like the impact he's had for wrestling because I don't think wrestling would be where it's at now without Hulk Hogan. But with that said, I'm with you. Like when people get caught up saying like the racist stuff. Like I remember Paula Dean years ago got caught up with it.
mm,
Like, look, I, you all got freedom of speech, and we
mm,
all got people all got the freedom for them to react. Like, I won't wait. I wasn't waving the cancel Hulk Hogan flag, but when they waved it,
mm.
I didn't care. If people bringing it up in death, I don't really care. Like my lack of caring about Hulk Hogan, like yeah, some of it is that, but like it's the. Nah, I mean he was. I wasn't a big I wasn't a big enough Hulk Hogan fan to for this to like really for me to really
Impact.
like
Yeah, no, I
yeah
mean he died. He died. He died. Like I mean, he definitely brought the attention to the sport or to wrestling that made me pay more. Like I said, I wasn't. No one wanted to be a wrestler. I would say I didn't want to be, but like when he made wrestling. He brought an image, in my opinion, to wrestling. I
Yeah,
felt like wrestling was kind of, you had your super fast snookers and all that stuff before that, but um, I felt like he brought it to the point of, like you said, the mainstream where people
yep,
paid more attention to it. I mean, I remember there was Hawk Cereal.
yeah,
I remember trying to, like wanting to watch WrestleMania on pay per view in the '80s and shit. Like I
yeah,
couldn't. I mean, of
yep,
course, I couldn't afford it, but it's just one of them things. It's like, well, you heard about what happened at WrestleMania like the next
yeah.
day. You were like, oh shoot, this belt changed, or this team tag teamed, or and all that stuff. So it was always kind of cool with the exposure that he brought to the sport, to the game.
I
Uh,
started praying because of Hulk Hogan.
you
Because
started
he said
praying.
say, yeah, because he said say your prayers and eat your vitamins.
Okay, look, I tried to.
I'm
I tried to.
I'm I'm
to
lying.
are you lying? Hey, look, I tried to swallow a whole egg because of Hulk Hogan.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
yeah, wow.
like it was. I don't know if you remember, but back in the day, he was trying to get Mean Gene Okerlund into the shape of like he was going to be his tag team partner. He was trying to get him into shape, so he
I
had him
vaguely
doing all of these things, and he crushed like 6 eggs in a glass and told Mean Gene to drink it. So I tried one, it didn't work. He got stuck.
what was your what was your end goal? What you thought you were gonna get like 24-inch pythons like Hulk
Yeah, I was trying to do exactly what
to
Hawk
be
did,
young and impressionable?
huh?
So what you should have did? What you should have got caught on tape saying nigga? No, I'm playing. Let me stop.
I can say nigga all day because I'm black.
Um, no, man. I mean, Hulk was he was all right. Like when he made this heel turn in WCW, man, I was happy. I was just because all the people that like Hulk Hogan, they like it was like, dang man, he turned his back on y'all, kind of like John Cena doing now, but he ain't as brutal as Hulk is. But
Mhm.
like I mean, to me, you can't necessarily you can't deny the impact that he had. But if you and even so, like it was just things like Hulk was, and then Hulk was just an asshole. Like it
Mhm.
seems like when you hear about him not wanting to put people over and things like that in wrestling, like just trying how much he tried to control. But that's just the ego to me that comes with being like that big of a person. Because we've heard Chameleon there got the story about Michael Jordan being an asshole, and that's not
Yeah.
the only thing. And that's Michael Jordan is who like in some ways like what was that? There was that line Kanye had one of his albums was like it's hard to be humble when you're standing on the jumbotron.
Mhm.
That's like Hulk Hogan, Michael Jordan. Like you, yeah, they assholes, but I mean, you Hulk Hogan, like you revolutionized wrestling. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, you probably got an ego that says like you shouldn't have to put Bret Hart over. You shouldn't have to like lay on your back for anybody. Like you should be able to make all the calls. Like, man, because at the same time when you come out people still gonna cheer you regardless. Now, when Raw did go over to Netflix at the beginning of the year, I guess he did come out to advertise his beer and he got booed.
Mhm.
But I think some of that might have been in combination. I thought some of it was in combination with him uh, doing a poor job of ripping his shirt off at a Trump rally and just stumping for Trump as you would. But I mean, he all right. I mean, like I said, I mean, if, to me, if people want to bring this stuff up in depth, that's fine. But I ain't
Hey,
gonna bash anybody that like talks about like his impact on wrestling. Like I won't. It's like when R. Kelly dies, they're gonna talk about him poking little boy, little girls, underage girls in the booty hole, and some
mhm.
people gonna talk about how good his music was. I'll be like, both are true. It's okay to bring them both up.
Yeah, two things could be right at the same time
Yeah, I mean Kobe died. Man, he died with his daughter. People still found time to bring up that he was
in Denver.
accused of raping. Yeah, like he wasn't even convicted of that. Like, but he still came up in death. So, hey, if everybody else now they dirt come up when they die, Hulk Hogan ain't no different. And Hulk was just Hulk was just Hulk to me. I see Hulk like probably over the past 5-10 years. You just to me, I felt like I was just seeing a man that was just trying to get them glory days back of wrestling. And
Yeah.
No,
Did you watch the McMahon special or the?
no, but I want to. You talking about the one
That,
on Netflix?
yeah, that shit was dope.
Yeah, I want to
Like,
watch that. Yeah,
yeah, that shit was dope. They was literally going back and forth, like how when Hawk left, when he came back, and all this stuff, and and how I mean his relationship between McMahon. It was like a dope. It might have wasn't it a series? It was multiple episodes, wasn't it?
yeah, I
Or I
think
remember.
it was a few episodes. Yeah,
Yeah, no, it was
college
really
to
good.
yeah, college to a wrestling podcast, and one of the guys, I guess he was doing things behind the scenes on there.
Hmm.
But then, funny enough, another guy on there, his name, he's a black dude. I guess he wrote for like WWE, like I think only a couple years or something. Like,
Hmm.
he seems like a young cat. I think he's younger than us, but his name is Kaz.
Hmm.
Funny, like going off track a little bit. The funny thing about Vince McMahon is that apparently Martin Luther King Jr. is one of his biggest heroes.
Hmm. Is it?
Not not for the race thing, but he just that he was a great speaker and he was a great leader. Like, which is like, yeah, that's technically true, but it's crazy that like you really not seeing color when you see MLK. Like, so WWE on like Martin Luther King Jr. Day, because Monday Night Raw comes on Monday nights.
Hmm.
So like when Vince was at the head of it, every year they do like a little every MLK Day, you'd have a little montage to MLK.
Hmm.
Like, now he hasn't been, I think, the past couple of years, and I didn't realize it till the guy Cass said it. But like, and I don't know if this might have been. Well, no, I don't think it mattered that was on Netflix now. Um, but they didn't do one to MLK this year. I don't know if they did one the prior year because I think Vince has only been out like 2 or 3 years. But
Uh-huh.
like when he told it, I've just found it because for one, I felt like he don't seem like MLK would be.
Yeah, his speed.
Yeah, but then when then Cass was like, but no, it's not. It's not that he was like a civil rights leader necessarily in fighting against racism. It
Hmm.
was that he was just like a
That
great
he
speaker
speaks
and a
well.
great leader. Yeah, essentially. But it was more than like it was more like his ability, I guess, to influence people and all of that. It was almost like I don't know if you would have put if I guess I don't know Vince McMahon, but thinking about Vince McMahon was all about wrestling. It almost feels like you could have put MLK in a wrestling ring, and with his ability to move people, he probably felt like somebody like MLK would have been able to move the crowd and been like a great face to get on the field. What he was saying, but I just thought that was I was like, oh
Well, who
wow, like
knows? I mean, Kanye said Hitler's a genius, so I mean, how do not to
okay,
say that McMahon and you know what though, there could be
McMahon and
some
Kanye, you trying to put them together?
no, not necessarily put them together, but like to hear them talk or speak, they're not far off. Like as far as I know Kanye is definitely not want to say more because Vince is crazy too, but because I think Vince ironic will do anything for the money, so he'll do anything for the exposure of his business to keep
Yeah,
people paying attention. But I feel like Kanye might be that, but totally opposite. Like he don't care about the business. Like he does the things to show you that he's Kanye and you're going to keep buying my product based off of who I am.
what I say, yeah, yeah,
So,
I can see that. Yeah, Kanye is. Oh man, he's such a man.
so let's jump. So let me ask you this question: like, how was your? And this is more personal than anything, and we'll jump into the music and all that stuff. But like, how was your experience with COVID? Like, what was when did you? I'll give a little bit of context, at least for me. When I saw that the NBA shut down, like that was the first thing I remember specifically was like March 11th, the NBA shut down. I was like, okay,
Man, you
this
remember the
is
exact date?
yeah, yeah.
Mm,
Look, March 11th, the NBA shut down. NCAA shut down March 13th. Like
mm,
literally every like it was, and I was supposed to go on a trip that weekend, but then the flight got canceled. Um, or the event got canceled that Thursday, whatever. And the event was Friday, which was some bullshit. So then it had to still cancel flights and all that stuff. But what was your? How were you impacted? How do you feel like you were impacted within COVID? Like, what was your experience?
yeah. I mean, it was. I mean, I was coming off of some health issues coming in when we are getting ready as we're going into COVID. So that whole compromise starts. I mean, to me, it's just things like when they first shut down like grocery stores or had limited time you could go in on.
Hmm.
I didn't go at first. I tried to do the whole uh I don't know whatever the
Or like pick up
DoorDash.
groceries
Yeah,
or yeah.
having somebody drop them off.
Uh-huh.
I did. I think we did it 3 times because that's my mom.
Yeah, shit. Nigga, 'cause they was taxing your ass. They was
Man, it wasn't even about the taxing, man. So like the first time when they did Meyer, she was cool. Like, cause a lot of stuff wasn't on the shelves and things like that. So she
hmm
was texting and saying like, "Is this okay?" The next 2 times, got the same dude back to back from Kroger. That dude was so. Some of the things he did, for instance, my mom wanted like the cheese was on sale, the shredded cheese, the 8 ounce packages. So my mom wanted like I don't know four of them, like four sharp cheddars.
hmm
I guess apparently they didn't have any. So then he gets four of the 16 ounce packages. So it's like, okay,
Damn.
it's like, okay, dumbass. For one,
At least give me one of those.
well, for one, the 8 ounces aren't on sale. But if we do a little bit of math, 8 times 4 is 32.
Yeah.
So get me 32 ounces, which is 2 packages. I
hmm
remember my sister, she wanted like just for the kids, she wanted some generic Fruit Loops, the Fruit Loop, the
You're
cereal
the
that
ones in the
comes in a
bag.
bag. Yeah,
Yeah. hmm
she wanted that. Um, and that might have even been on sale. I guess they didn't have it. So he got her brand name Fruit Loops that were like half the half the size of what the bag was, but cost more.
Uh-huh.
Like we randomly got like some Amish chicken wings that none of us ordered. Like it was after those first 2 times, I was like, all right, man,
What
I'm
the
getting.
fuck is Amish chicken wing?
I don't know, man. Like
I
this, they just
like
chicken wings, like small chicken wings in a package that says Amish. Like
that is some bullshit.
man, we ended up. I said after that, I just told my mom and sister, I was like, you know what, like I'm just getting up 6 in the morning before I sign on to work. I was like, I'm just gonna pick one store to go to, and I'm just gonna get stuff out of there. I was like, because they were doing like the first hour for those people that were like, compromised. I'm just gonna go in there, grab the stuff, and be out. And like, I just did that. Like I do it on Fridays. Man, but other than that, man, I was cool. I know there's some people that were like that. There's your people that are really social,
Mhm.
and they talk about like um, having to be stuck in the house. I mean, you
Mhm.
know me, man. That was like heaven for me. Like, wait, I don't
It
have
was
to make
amazing.
excuses. Yeah, I was like, I don't have to make excuses to people about why I can't go somewhere. I just
hmm
like, it's COVID. Everything closed.
hmm
And even now, post COVID, I think it's a combination of COVID and just a couple other things in life. Like I was telling somebody yesterday that invited me to go to some event and said, I know you're gonna say no. And I'm like, maybe next time. I'm like, oh, you're gonna say no every time. I'm like, yeah, probably. I was
That's
like,
okay. Like,
I,
ask me, and if I say no, then keep it moving. Like,
but the thing, well, and they were like,
don't predicate it.
yeah, like, and the
Decision
thing,
before you ask me.
yeah, but the thing about me, well, he said that after I gave the response, and I'm like, okay, and I wasn't mad. I was upset about it, like that. But at the same time, if he starts, like, if people don't ask me to do something, like, and then they mention that they might have done something and said, like, yeah, I knew you would have said no. I don't like, you right, you probably right. I get it. Like, I don't get offended if people don't ask me to do something because I know I have a track record of always saying no. So I know, like, I don't have a, like, even if part of me's like, dang, I would have liked to have gone to that. I'm like,
Hmm
eh, I understand my track record, so I get why you didn't ask me. But like, I think but I just told him, I was like, yeah, man, I was like, man, my social activity bar wasn't that high to begin with. I was like, now it's pretty much just antisocial.
hmm
Uh, I'll do some things now, but like, I don't think, but like, I know a couple of people who went through COVID and man, they were struggling with that, not being able to interact with people, not being able to go out in public and all that. And I
hmm
and I understood their point of view. I just didn't have the same feeling. What about you?
Man, I loved COVID. I mean, with the exception of people dying or getting sick or not having all their senses restored and stuff like that. Other than that, it was a blast. I mean, look, I closed on the house, and that's why I was worried about it too because
Oh yeah, I did close on the house during COVID.
you
Go ahead, my
know,
fault.
what I'm saying, I had the inspection March 15th. You know, so like I'm saying, like all these dates are kind of like playing a part. Um, and I'm like, well, do I buy? Do I not buy? And like I said, I closed, I think March 25th. Um,
Okay.
so it's just like, but the thing is, I'm moving into a whole new environment and
Yeah.
not bothered by nobody.
Mhm.
Um, I'm working from home, so I ain't got to worry about making money or having to go into the office. Um, Only thing that kind of went down for me a little bit was the DJing, just because
Yeah.
it's just you're not in events no more, so stuff like
Right.
that. So I was doing the go lives and stuff like that, but then shit, Instagram, Facebook was pulling down music content and shit if you was playing songs a certain amount of time. So it wasn't like I could just leave my live music up or anything like that within the Instagram or Facebook space. But nah, man, I remember one time like I bought tickets. I was like, damn, like I bought tickets to go to Chicago. I
Yeah.
bought 3 tickets to go to Chicago at once. They were $60 each,
Mm.
round trip,
Yeah.
58 like Delta. And dog, going through the airport, nobody in there, restaurants closed. I'm getting through security in less than 5-10 minutes. And the planes were what do you call it? They were separated where like nobody could sit in the row in front of you, nobody could sit in the row behind you, nobody
Mm.
could sit in the row next to you, and of course nobody could sit next to you in the seat. So
All right.
it was only 20, it was almost like flying private, it was only like 20, 30 people on flights, and they could have it could have been considered as risky at the time. But the thing is we didn't know what we were dealing with COVID. But the whole idea, only thing I could say that annoyed me about those flights, if anything, was that I had to wear a mask the whole time. Other than that, man, I was having a ball in COVID. I was enjoying it. I was, start getting in the best shape of my life, started, focusing on health. And like I said, I was literally working from home. So I didn't really have to go nowhere I mean, if I did go someplace, I, walk the dog or, go to a local, I don't know, park and just chill out because ain't nobody out there. So shoot, I'm safe.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I looked at it like the reverse. I'm like, oh, it's unsafe, so ain't nobody doing it, so I can do everything that I want.
Hmm.
So like I said, even from the flights, they would put no more than 30 people on the flight. Um, so it was great experience. Honestly, I wish we still, I mean, because the world is open now. Not to say that we operated or that we operate like we were within COVID, but I do, because COVID was a time, man. You remember we went to New York and all of the
Yeah.
restaurants was outside and shit, and it was like a thing, man. Like restaurants on the sidewalk and shit. So it was, it was cool in a sense, like I said, but the exception of death. But outside of that, I had a ball in COVID. I didn't have. I mean, like you said, as far as the social battery, like, hey, if I didn't want to do something, I didn't look. COVID out there.
Right.
I'm not going out. But hell, if you want to stop by the crib, that's cool. But I was like very not necessarily what's the word? Not secluded, but I was very
Isolated.
yeah on like I wasn't doing nothing. Especially it gave me the excuse to not do that much either. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you on that. Makes sense.
Yeah, so tell me this, like, and then let's pivot the conversation. We was talking about, and I was looking up some albums, and maybe I'm, you know, I don't know. We'll talk about it, but like, what are the top 5 albums or top albums? I mean, you could say one or two if you don't have five that you listened to all the way through, and you were like, man, why did I buy this? Man, why why did they make this? Etc. So.
Mm. That I listened to all the way through.
Well, I want to say, okay, take that back. I mean, you could say the ones that you listen to all the way through, and I mean, because most of the time when you listen to something, you're like, all right, this is terrible. But albums that you was listening to, you like, all right, I had enough.
I know that Method Man. What thing was it? Cal Zero, the one that you on Craig had listened to and then tell me it was trash. So I was at Circuit City copping it.
Uh,
And after I told y'all how garbage it was, you was like, "Oh yeah, we listened to that in the living room, didn't you?" Like, nah, I was probably working one of my two jobs.
oh man, I mean, Takal could be well, because that's one album I mean, not Takal Zero, but Takal
The
the
first one,
first
yeah,
one. I listened to that all the way through and still have that same sentiment that that's just not a good album for me. I mean, that whole hip hop is like, oh, is Method Man here part of Wu Tang and stuff like that? Nigga, I bought it on vinyl just off of you ain't hip hop if you ain't Wu Tang. It's like I didn't need
yeah.
that fucking album. Like I could have just
Got Bring
and
the Pain
hell,
out single.
look, I got Bring the Pain on vinyl. Hell, I got You All I Need, the one that I like, well, both versions that I like on
Yeah,
vinyl because it was a RZA
for the
remix and it
rhythm.
was a Puff remix.
Yeah, because the
Um,
album version was
I
trash.
didn't I didn't care for PLO style. I didn't. I feel
I
like
like PLO style.
I didn't think it was bad, but it's just one of those like when I go back and listen to it, and that'll be a unique album to review. But when I go back and listen to it, I'm just like, not that it's I just
I
I
can
wasn't
understand.
getting it. I was a fan. So
Mm-hmm.
so it's just interesting like listening to it from a perspective now versus back then where I was trying to like Method Man,
Yeah,
but and like I said, Meth is dope. Like when you hear Meth and Meth
on
is
features.
listen, that's one of the topics, and we'll jump into that. Oh, we'll jump into that later. But yeah, Meth is one of those dudes that had dope ass. I call it the Jadakiss syndrome. That has dope ass verses, but then like the albums don't reach that commercial success or have that. It's a classic feel to it, and I never
Yeah.
understood that. But yeah. So to Cal Zero, what's another one?
Mm. I don't know.
Okay, I'll give you mine while you think about
Yeah.
it. So one of mine it's funny, it comes from the Wu-Tang family as well. And I have another list, but since you're in the Wu-Tang field, I'm gonna go Capadonna, The Pillage.
Mm.
Hate that album.
Yeah.
I literally threw that album. I remember buying the
I
tape
remember that. Yeah.
out the window. Like I was like, it was reminiscent to Set It Off with Queen Latifah, but man, that shit was so terrible. I mean, by the time I got to track 6 or 7, I was like, okay, I had enough.
Yeah.
Because what was Slang Editorial was like dope as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a couple other songs I thought that were pretty good, but it just wasn't. I was like, man, why am I trying to force myself to listen to this? Like, it just wasn't good.
Yeah.
So then
No.
I
No.
let me think of another one. I think Big L Lifestyle of the was it the Poor and Shameless? Don't like that album.
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't that good. I tried to listen to it all the way through. I do feel like he had bars or he has lyrics, but I'm not of the. I can't listen to a trash um,
Was like that
background
this week. Yeah.
like song. Like I can't do that and just get past that with the lyrics. I mean, the same thing. I can't remember was it Can I Bust? Was the name of Cannabis? Was that the name of the first album?
Yeah. Yep. Can I bust? Yep.
Yeah. So I tried. I mean, there was songs such as Buckingham Palace,
Yeah.
Second Round Knockout, um,
Oh,
which I still feel is a better diss. It's probably one of the best disses I've ever heard from a
yeah.
rapper in general. It
Mm-hmm.
don't get the shine that it should get just because I don't know if it's just because it was against LL, but man, like that nigga made me reevaluate listening to LL Cool J. Uh,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
even though he said one of the gayest lines ever.
Yeah.
Um,
You ain't
End
got
of the night, you still ain't got the skills to eat it. What is it? Still got the skills to eat a nigga's ass like me.
yeah.
you know,
That's a wild line.
I mean,
Um,
we knew what he was saying, but
yeah,
in hindsight,
on another part.
I mean, we in this pause era, so definitely a pause moment. One album I put on the list too, or that I was thinking about was Big Pun. Yeah, baby. Did not like that album.
Fan of that. Yeah.
I
I like
tried. I tried my hardest to like that album. I couldn't do it. It just was not that good. Even It's So Hard was cool. And then he had the song, I think it's called 100%. I like that song. It was like it was like a Puerto Rican vibe or whatever, like island vibe. I like that song. Um, but outside of that, it wasn't too much on there. Like I felt like his flow had slowed down and he wasn't, I don't know. I don't know if he felt like he won or whatever, but he was that type of person that was like, he's not like he's like Fat Joe, but he's not like Fat Joe. Like Fat Joe, it was easier in my opinion for Fat Joe to transition over um into the commercial side.
right.
But for him, it just felt like if his flow slowed down, he kind of lost his appeal to me. And I felt like he was slowing his flow down I don't know if it was just to have people pay more attention to him or what, but I wasn't feeling it like that. And then I put Moke and Steph on there too. Um,
Smoking stuff. Huh.
yeah, I put Moke and Steph on there. Um, it was a
Smoking stuff.
Mary album I was gonna put on there too, but I feel like some people did like that album, but I liked songs on that album. But
Which one?
I think it was it titled Mary. It was a white
Mm, yeah,
cover
I
album.
think that was the Mary album. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, it wasn't listenable. It had the song on there that was it Gotta Face Reality. She was talking about, I don't know, probably some Mary J. Blige trauma,
Yeah, I kind of vaguely remember that album.
mhm.
I know
So
I didn't care
and
for
I
the Young
sampled
Gun's
it.
second album.
You say what?
I didn't care for the Young Gun's second album because I really liked the first album, and their
Okay.
second album was not. I wasn't necessarily expecting the first album because I felt like the first album was like a surprise to
Hmm.
me.
I
So
hear
I
some
wasn't necessarily.
tapping. I hear some tapping in the background. I can't.
No. So I didn't expect them to duplicate what they did, but
Mhm.
they definitely didn't duplicate what they did. Even
Okay.
come close to it. Um,
Oh, I got one. The Nas and Damian
oh yeah,
Marley
trash.
album. Like, was it something disciples or it's not disciples. Something cousins or what was the name?
Kissing Cousins,
Yeah, man.
not Disney Cousins. I think. Yeah.
I tried to listen to that album, bro. That it just
Lauren Hill's Unplugged album.
yeah that well there was a few, so there was maybe two or three,
It was a double
but
album.
but it but it, but it was not. No, I'm not gonna say it was. I look. This is how I look at potential, right? Or I look at talent. I feel like whatever you put out to the public is what you want us to remember you as a fan.
Hmm.
And I feel like, and this is even worse for her because this doesn't even seem like a label thing or anything like that. This is her performing
Yeah.
not so good songs for the public to digest. I'm like,
Mhm.
yo, but your track record, you talking the Miseducation, this, and then one being one third of Fuji's, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, but your solo career, is your solo career wasn't that good. I mean, you came out the gate hot, and then you had problems for you damn near lived off the success of the solo album for the next 25 years.
She's still eating off that album.
Shit, but then she get sued. Does
She
she?
did.
Yeah, does she even get money from that?
I don't know. Hey, she. That's right. Cause I forgot whoever.
The
Yeah, she
producer
lost a
doing it.
lawsuit today. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I want to, what I always wondered, not necessarily the sidebar, but I always wondered why she didn't give clearance for When It All Falls Down, but And like I said, she may not even be in control of it. I don't know. But why did she give clearance to When It All Falls Down, but gave clearance to Drake for for there for me. I know you there for me, care for me, care. What's this?
Yeah, I know what you're
Is
talking
the real
about.
one, your reflection, that song or whatever. But I always wondered why Drake got clearance, but Kanye didn't. So I mean, it was cool with Selena Johnson when she re-sang it, but it still was a little bit more authentic with the Lauryn Hill sample, and that was Kanye was known for the sample, so it'd have been dope if she had cleared it. But I thought it was kind of funny when Kanye came on, like on the album version. He was like, "Yeah, this the real one," like yeah, because she didn't get a clearance for it. So,
Oh
but
Lord.
what's some other terrible albums that you had? Then we'll jump into the problems of people being artists and can't make. Well, it's kind of like the same thing where we were talking about with Lauren, but not being able to make a classic album, but can make a classic verse. But what's some other albums? Do you got any other ones? I think let me see what else I got on my list. But I know that those were those were definitely the highlights. Other ones. Oh, I got OGC on here. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
can.
I tried to listen to them based off of how much I love Helter Skelter album.
That's
Uh
fair.
and I couldn't get into it. Warranty One Time and all that, like, you know,
Yeah,
um, I just wasn't feeling it. And Mike might not even fuck with me on this one, but hell, I ain't even really like the Black Moon album. I
I
liked
was thinking
I
that.
Got You Open the remix,
Yeah, it
but
just wasn't.
it wasn't on the album. Shit.
Yeah,
Um,
I do remember that.
but
Um, I'm trying to think what I mean. Man, it's so because it's somewhere I just feel like they probably are bad, but I can't even say that like you got up. But I didn't listen to you guys' album, but I feel like I'm not like I feel like I wasn't missing anything, or even like the Dogfather. But I never listened to the Dogfather. Like I think I heard the first single and I just knew it wasn't for me. Um,
I listened to the Dogfather. I listened to Dogfather recently when we did the Snoop
oh yeah, but you
breakdown
told
of
me that
Doggy
you was
Style.
really
And
committed.
not to say that you didn't miss anything, it was some okay songs on there, but me, not to say I'm not a DJ Pooh fan or anything like that, because I never really liked New York. But listening to Snoop's Upside Your Head versus What's My Name,
Yeah,
I kind of knew this wouldn't be for me, even though
yeah,
I bought the CD. Um, I mean, I took it back. I got it at Tower Records. Um, but yeah, I kind of knew that it wasn't for me. Even though I was a huge fan of Snoop. Everybody liked Snoop. Snoop was a cool dude. He dropped a classic first album, so not to say that I would have expected the second album to have that that much success, but hell, I mean, if Snoop dropped the Dogfather and it was 75% of what Doggy Style was, that's a pretty good album.
yeah, yeah. And it was not.
It wasn't.
It
It
was
was,
not that.
and we had kind of talked about it during the Doggy Style. It was kind of like when people say, "Oh, Dre don't produce. Dre just come in and do da da da." And I'm like, you can literally listen to the projects that Dre were involved with than the ones that he wasn't,
Yeah,
and there's a clear difference. Like it's not even like it's eye opening. How big of a difference it is. And I feel like Snoop honestly had to find his career and figure out himself for the next 4 albums.
yeah, yeah,
To be able to get back to where people paid attention to him and he was making pretty good music.
yeah. Because we was checked out on them at that point.
Yeah. So let me ask this question about the well, let me ask you this question. Let's say something that's not as intense or anything like this. Would you do 2 years in prison for $10 million?
What kind of prison? We talking Oz prison, or we talking about some prison where man you went there from and it was it the Godfather or Goodfellas where they was making like Alfredo?
I don't think that you're on the level of of boss to be having fresh bread, fresh sausage,
Is it a federal low
fresh
security?
garlic being shipped into
Yeah.
you.
Is it a federal? Is it a
Have
low?
drugs being transported in from your from your wife.
Yeah.
Uh, uh,
Is it low security?
you talking like Martha Stewart? Like,
Something like that. Like I don't want Rikers Island or Oz.
okay, so
Maybe Avon in the Wire. I mean,
okay,
it didn't appear to be violent. Like the only violent thing that happened was when he sent in the hot shots. But I
mhm,
wouldn't be doing drugs in prison.
okay,
But you give me a library,
mhm,
little cell. If you just treat me like if you had just let me be like the Angela asked to let be, I
mhm.
might be able to do. I'm saying 10 million ain't a lot. Like I got 10 million, or like I even got a
10
million.
million is life changing,
But it
and
is life
honestly,
changing.
I mean, well, it depends. Like, okay, so you do 10 million in prison. There's no felony on your record, and there's no charge that you have to take. So it's not like you gotta do the 10 million and you gotta come out and
Right.
register yourself as a sex offender or anything like that. You're just literally going to sit in there. Nobody knows that you're going to get the 10 million. So you can make up whatever reason that you're going to prison. Would you do it?
Mm. I mean, I guess. I mean, it's 2 years. I'm old, man. 2 years go by quick now, but man, that'd be. See, thankfully, I don't have any kids or nothing like that. So, like, I just got my sister. Really,
Hmm.
like, her kids might miss me, but I mean, how my bills being taken care of those 2 years?
You ain't got no bills. You're in prison.
No,
I
like,
mean, of course, I mean you'll have I mean if you still have your mortgage and stuff like that, but
yeah. So how
you
the
know,
mortgage gonna get paid?
it had to be on your sister for 2 years.
How your mortgage gonna get paid?
It had to be on that it had to be on my mom or something. I don't know. But listen, okay, I'll say this. For 10 million for 2 years, I'm willing to lose my house.
Mm,
So it's like, well shit. If I had to, I mean, because it's just me, right? So it's not like, I could be like, hey, can you pay
yeah.
that until I get out? And then I pay you when I get this 10 million. It's like, well, nah, shoot. You can
I
have
mean,
everything in here for $10 million.
is this gonna be tax free?
Yeah. Yeah, 10 million in your pocket.
I mean, I guess I could, cause the first million would go towards just paying off the house, car, house renovations. I probably take half of it, just try to put it in some kind of like some low risk investment, something that'll just generate. Because I ain't trying to go back to work after I've been in prison for 2 years not working.
Okay. You
I ain't
wouldn't try
trying
to
to.
go back and try to have a consistent income where, I mean,
Nah,
you just go live off. Oh shit, you wow, you go just live off the 10 mil.
I'm gonna try to. That's why I'm gonna try to put in some kind of investments or something that will generate income for me.
Okay.
'Cause I mean, I guess if I gotta go back, but man, like I just did 2 years of hard time. I gotta come back and work now.
I mean, but just imagine your 10 million is never touched. I mean, after you pay things off and you do your investment, you still have like I don't know, 80,000 six-figure job where you really ain't got to touch the 10 million, or just say after doing all of the frivolous shit, your ass, um, doing whatever you want to do with your 10 million, and you down to 8 million. You know, say for instance, 8 mil for the next, I say 20 years.
That's why I
So
gotta figure out how to make it increase a little bit.
yeah, that's gonna be
I'm
that's
gonna have to
tough.
find I'm gonna have to find a high interest bearing account.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
don't know,
mean,
man.
I
I
mean, you,
guess
I mean, you could put it in the bank and get 3 point. Was it three? What's the rate at now? Probably like 3.4, 3.6%.
let me see.
No,
That's
I'd have to throw it in some CDs or something. Shoot, I
uh,
get a 10% after 5 years or after a year or something. But no, I would do it. I would like I said, as long as it doesn't have an impact on my way of living. Like I said, I'd just be in prison. As long as I ain't gotta, like you said, shit, go to Rikers. Hell, honestly, for 10 million, the type of person I am, I I would, if I had to go to Rikers, I would consider it. I would like, oh, it's 10 million. Fuck it, send me
they
to
gonna
Rikers.
no,
Not that I want to go to Rikers, but
they gonna shank you in Rikers
why they go shank me?
because it's Rikers.
Because I'm snitching.
Maybe, maybe. Nah,
Snitching,
I ain't going
snitching
nowhere.
Sean over there with snitching Randy.
Yo, I ain't going nowhere, man. Where I look, man. Nah, for 10 million, I can't go to no Rikers, man. I done heard too many horror stories, man. Like
Now, if you say the setup was like you said Oz earlier, I'd be like, dog, something was happening in Oz. There was multiple things happening at once, like subplots that was happening along the plots
yeah,
in Oz. So, but yeah, I would think that I feel like
that's
prison or jail in general. Like if you, I don't know, man. Like not. I mean, I've never been to either one, but I really feel like if you like people will respect you for who you are. So if you ain't in there trying to sell drugs, if you ain't in there trying to be the hard dude, if you just stay to yourself, do your time. Not to say ain't nobody gonna try you, but keep it moving. I mean, I be pussy. I'm not fighting nobody in jail because I just don't know, or prison or just because I don't know who they're associated with. So shit, I could damn near lose my life trying to fight one person. Like, nah,
yeah.
like I mean, I'm not gonna, give up my commissary or anything like that. But
No,
it's like,
you give up your booty hole.
yeah, I don't feel like everything is a rape situation in jail or prison. They be like, uh-oh, you ain't coming off your commissary?
Yeah, they're gonna be like
Ass punching.
commissary. Yeah, they're gonna be like commissary or booty hole, your choice.
Oh man, I hope
And
not.
I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna talk to you on one of your visits. But yeah, Ed, I kept my commissary.
How?
You gonna be like, don't ask.
Oh
You gonna
shoot.
mess around to lose 2 million of it to like heal from the scars, not like the physical and the mental.
Yeah, man, exit only. That'd be a tough pill to swallow for the rest of your life.
Uh,
So, but so back to the music thing, right? So how do you like why is it that I mean, of course, I mean, what would you project as the reason that people can't make great albums, but they could be known for their verses? Like, I'll give a prime example. Like, I think, like, say for instance with Luda, right? Luda always has a highlighted verse that was pretty dope. I haven't really seen too many features that he had that wasn't dope, but I think Luda has dope albums as well too.
yeah.
But then you head down that path of, like I said, the Jadas and all of that stuff, and or Busta Rhymes, and I think Busta has some good albums, but I really don't feel like his albums are as known as his features.
Right.
So, but how do you feel about that? Like, what do you think is the missing piece? Like, I mean, Method Man, we had mentioned that earlier. What's the missing thing that it can't translate to a dope album?
They don't know how to make an album. I don't know. I guess it's as simple as that. I guess they just don't know the ingredients of how to make a good album.
Mm.
I mean, I just think some people just aren't like cannabis. I think that cannabis is another perfect example. He's good with the punchlines. He's good for a 16 on a song with other people, but you ask him to put it together, like, and he can't. Like, and I don't know what it is. Maybe their ability to like give you something, excuse me, dope is in 16 bar spurts. So then when they got to carry a whole album by themselves, they struggle. Like, I
I
don't know.
think
Like you said,
I was gonna say I think cannabis was plagued by Wyclef, honestly, but that's just me. I
I
don't know.
think, but but even thinking about it though, like I think cannabis. I think cannabis, if he were left to his own devices, would have picked shitty beats for his album. Like, I don't know that for sure because we don't know because I mean Wyclef stepped in, but I don't think cannabis would have been a. But I guess then do you put if you would have put him with somebody that wasn't, screwing him over, would it have?
Translated or worked out. So
But I
so,
don't know.
but no, because it's interesting. Like think about cannabis, right? And I'm trying to think of like say for instance, um, I don't know, say capital punishment, right? Big pun.
Yeah.
You take Big Pun off of capital punishment and have cannabis because cannabis was on the album, but you have cannabis.
Was it?
Um, yeah, he was on there with the joint with it was like four not four horsemen. It was four deadly something. I thought right.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it was towards the no wait was that I might be getting that mixed up with the Belly soundtrack.
Okay.
For the
Okay.
Four
Yeah.
Horsemen.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like he was on the album because I remember because it had the song that had Prodigy on it. It's the
Yeah.
P, the one you got your idea from, staring you in the. But if that one had Prodigy, it had Inspector Deck.
Yeah. I think it was just those three.
Oh, okay, okay,
Oh, wait, hold on. I thought I was found it. Yeah, that was just Prodigy and Expected that.
okay. My bad. For some reason, I was feeling they were on there, but on the Four Horsemen song, they had him. It was
Yeah,
on the I think it was on the Belly soundtrack. Had him. I know Clue. No, I might. I know it was
might have been
something
on
with
the Clue
Clue.
tape, the second Clue tape, I think.
Was it the
Or was it on the
Professional?
first Clue tape? Yeah, I'm trying to remember if it was the Professional or Professional too, because there was a Fantastic Four that was on the first Professional.
Yeah, that one. Because that one had what him. Was it Corrupt?
Nori.
No, was it just New
Oh,
York
no,
artists? So it was the Nori. Well,
so
Cannabis from New Jersey.
the Fantastic Four was Cannabis, Nori, Cameron, and Big Pun.
Okay, okay, that's what I'm mixing up with.
Okay.
But back to like if you put Cannabis and you have him rapping in the same space. Only song I think he probably couldn't really pull off was this song. It was like Big Pun. It was like come back, come back, come back, come back to me with Miss Jones on it. Like
Yeah.
that'd be the only song I would think like he probably couldn't have pulled off. But Cannabis on those beats, I feel like but this is what I'm saying. Like, why
What about
couldn't an artist
What about the I'm not a player beat? You
I
think
think he could have
Cannabis
rocked
would
that.
put that put on?
Yeah, I think he could have rocked that. I think he would have. Cannabis could ride a beat very well. I don't know if he could have touched on the same. I don't think he would have had the
Did
same
the same.
subject matter that Pun had, but
Yeah.
having bars on there, I think he could have handled it. It's just like you said, when you get to the commercial stuff, it's kind of iffy for him.
Yeah.
But when you get to songs like "Beware" or what's the journey you did with Black Thought? You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like Cannabis would have killed that.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah, so it's like little things like that. Like when you're looking at your peers, why can't it be like? Because I feel like the most successful artists, not that they was biting off of their peers, but they was working kind of with the same people. So like you
Right.
have Jay or Nas, and they was all working with Primo, or they was all working with um, Timbaland, or they was all working with these specific producers. So it's like, why am I like? I mean, cannabis is a great example, but why go so left field within? Like I said, honestly, I still believe that was Wyclef as far as the influence. Like, yeah, that's hot, but why go so left field if you are cannabis? In my opinion, was the next up. Like cannabis was to be at, I mean, to give you, in my opinion, at least another 3 or 4 albums. Like he was supposed to have a solid career in my eyes,
Yeah.
but he didn't, and it's just like, damn, like why does it not translate? Like, because every song that Cannabis was featured on, all the way from, Beast from the East, Music Make Me High remix, the Common, One Day It All Makes Sense album, um, shit. I mean, he just had so many features that was ridiculous every time he got on it. So why couldn't that translate to a dope ass album? And I feel like that happens with Jada at times. Although I feel like Jada has way better albums than Cannabis ever made.
Hmm. I don't
So
know, man. I really don't know. I don't know, because somebody like Jada should have a dope A&R team behind them, um, to help them with, I think, picking out production and all that. Because I don't think Jada has a problem picking out, like, or him and his team. I don't think they have a problem picking necessarily whack beats. But I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe these dudes really ain't got nothing to say past 16 bars
yeah,
at a time. Because Jada nice, but like, but then I was sitting here thinking, like, do I want to hear a solo Jada album with like minimum features and he's doing 3 verses on every song?
nah. Not to say nothing against Jada, but
Yeah, like, I don't
I
know
feel like,
that.
I feel like Jada's dynamic within the Locks was dope.
Yeah,
Um, and I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe it was just the next crop of rappers that hit after like '98. I don't know.
yeah,
But I like Nori though. Like I want to hear a Nori album, or I used to want to hear a Nori album back in the day. I mean, like I said, that's one of my favorite albums ever, and I was surprised at how dope it was. Me listening to that, was it '98? Yeah, it was '98. That it was just a good ass quality album. But you had other artists that were having that success. That was just like, I mean, I can say I probably don't want to hear a whole DMX album, but DMX actually made, well, I didn't care for the second one, but DMX actually made pretty good albums, and they're all within the same cloth.
yeah.
Um, so like I said, Pun made a dope ass first album. Who else is within there? Hell, Cameron made a dope ass first album.
He did.
Mace made a dope ass first album. I mean, like all of these people are like they're all within that same circle, and it's like, well, why can that translate to other artists to make dope music? I mean, I get it. Sometimes, like say for instance, Drake. Like say for instance, Drake with me, Drake has the ability to make a dope album, but my idea of Drake making a dope album is no more than
Right.
no more than three
Oh,
songs singing.
yeah.
Um, and I'll be okay. I would like the first album. Was it something? Was it the Remains the Same, or I can't remember the name. Whatever the name of the first album outside of the mixtape. But that shit was dope as fuck to me, But
Yeah,
he
I
wasn't
know the
singing the
first
whole
album.
time.
Yeah.
So
Was it the,
um,
what was that album? I can't remember. But I know what you're talking about.
yeah. I mean, he was rapping the majority of the time, but I think Drake understands his formula. He's just like, well, I work with who I work with. 40's going to get 4 to 6 beats and da da da, and we just go keep it moving. And when I'm listening to the 40 beats, and not that 40's whack or anything like that, but I feel like it kills the energy of it, it's like I guess it's a vibe music. I don't know how to describe it, but it's just kind of like I just want to sing, and then then okay, now I want to rap and all that stuff. I'm like, I would just rather you, like I said, you can have your own career and do whatever you want to do. So um but okay, lastly, let's jump into this. This is an interesting thing. What is the worst job you've ever had within your life,
Uh,
or that you won't go back to?
hmm, so maybe the factory. As far as my jobs, I mean, Bob Evans. I did Bob Evans for 2 weeks. I want to go back to Bob Evans. Uh,
Wait, what happened in 2 weeks?
man, I was a busboy, and it was just a garbage job. And I was working. I was already working at McDonald's. My cousin that got me into Bob Evans because I really wanted to get a second job at Camelot, but
Hmm.
he didn't think I
No,
could do
why were the niggas hiring
it.
us? They
I
knew we
don't know.
like music. I feel like all the way from trying to work, like trying to do the Def Jam internships and stuff like that. It was like, yo, what was it like? Not to say that I don't think I'm good enough for blah blah blah, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, I thought I was dope enough to get this Def Jam internship or
Man,
do these things.
I was on Camelot every week. Like that
Mhm.
little punch card they had, man. I was constantly filling up the punch card, getting myself a free CD. You had to buy 20 tapes. Like,
Mhm.
man, he ain't give me a job though, but so I went to Bob Evans, and it was
Damn, two
I, don't,
weeks.
I
Damn.
just did. It was like 2 or 3 weeks. Man, they just trash. Like I remember my last day there, man. Like, man, I was telling the customers, I was like, yo, it's my last day. I don't even care. Like,
Let me get
I
your
was
shit.
I was just like,
I,
I'm ready to get my check.
Mhm.
Like I think some of the waitresses was trash. Like
And that was
that.
in high school, right?
Yep, that was in high school. That was like probably 11th or 12th grade. It was a summer, so it was like
Mhm.
probably that summer between 11th and 12th grade. I
Mhm.
don't think it was my senior year.
Mhm.
Um, or after. No, it wasn't after senior year. But like, no, that was probably because my other jobs, like I always tell man, QD was probably like man, QD was probably my favorite job, man. Like if you take pay out the window,
Mhm.
man, I was just working third shift.
Mhm.
Man, you get a little bit of busy because the kids coming in trying to buy some liquor before they go to
2
the
p.m.
club.
or 2 a.m.
Yep,
whatever.
and then they come out, they trying to get some liquor. You get like, or maybe you get a post 2 a.m. one where now they done left the club and they just coming in trying to like get some of them hot dogs off the rollers or something like that. About
Mhm.
5:30, you get you. I'm off at 5:30. You get like the morning people, the first shift people coming in get their coffee and all that. Man, I had to stock the beer cooler. Man, I just go back there. One dude, one of the managers, no, he was the only one that would do the beer cooler because he would just go back there and smoke. So he filled the cooler up. He was like, no, no, I can do it, man.
No, I got it. I got it. I got
Yeah, the other ones though,
it.
I worked with one other person, man. She let me, man, if we get done with that little morning, that rush at around 11 o'clock, 10, 11, she's like, you go ahead and do the cooler now. Man, I just go back there. She got busy. She called me up. Like, but worse though, like, I did work at that bookstore. The bookstore in Lansing wasn't necessarily the worst.
Mhm.
It was I did quit it when I got you got me that job at Origami.
Mhm.
Uh it was I mean it wasn't bad. It was a basic little job. Like even the even when I moved over here to Detroit, like I think I only had two jobs since I
Did you ever do any call centers or anything?
that's where I'm at now. I started now. I've been at this place for 20 years. I did start in the call center. Now I
Well, no,
did
no,
it.
no, 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 not call center like for the legit. Not to say a legit company, but like a call center. I know a lot of people did like while I was in school, like people would work at call centers, and I was like, well, I'm a people person, but I'm like, I'm not gonna sit up there and call somebody and keep
Oh
calling
yeah, that
people
cold
up.
calling. Nah, we ain't. Nah, I never did that. I,
Okay.
I know somebody that did. Like, and I want to have, especially because he did it after I did mine. Had already been in the call center, and I was like, ain't no way. Like I didn't like the call center, and it was an incoming call center. I mean, it was cool. It was man. It wasn't even so much that it was hard.
Hmm.
Man, it was just like I remember at one point, man, I'm hearing the beep in my dreams, like because a
Hmm.
call would drop in and be like beep. Man, I swear, man, it was times I fall asleep at night, man. I hear the beep in my dreams, like, and then I moved over to a call center that was kind of slow.
Hmm.
Man, I told people, I was like, man, you thought you wanted to slow down. I was like, then you just sitting there, you waiting for the beat to drop dead, because
Hmm.
before it was like back to back to
Let me
back,
hear
like
the
as soon
beat
as you hung
drop.
up, yeah,
Hmm.
man. But man, that was slow. You sitting there, you get to 5 minutes, then you get to 10 minutes, and you like, and you don't want to necessarily do nothing. Like you don't want to try to sneak and look at your phone. You
Mm-hmm.
don't want to just start writing stuff. You don't want to just get distracted doing something because you like, hey, the beat gonna drop as soon as I do something,
Mm-hmm.
and you tell yourself that, and then 10 minutes later, nothing still ain't happened. So you decide you're gonna do something.
Mm-hmm.
Beep. Uh, but nah, that I mean, yeah, but probably on 2 weeks said like Bob Evans. Like when I think about it, like I don't know that I've held. Man, I don't know if I've held maybe. I don't think I've held more than 15 jobs in my life. Maybe 10. It's probably somewhere between 10 and 15. Like, and that's going back to when I first started working in high school. Like, I did the factory in the summer. I think the summer after my freshman year, or it might have been my freshman. No, I think it was after my freshman year, but like so started my summer of my sophomore year of college. I did the factory, and the factory wasn't like horrible. I wouldn't want to do it for a career necessarily, but like the only time like they had us making drawers because me and my sister we had started, and they had us doing drawers, building
Mm-hmm.
drawers. Man, that required a speed that I ain't have in me. They moved me over to some place where I was doing like the little drills, like the little. It was like an 8 gun drill where the part would come down and it come down, fold it down, you step on it, boom, you put it on the rack. Like it was just boring because it was 8 hours and it was third shift, but like man, it was like I had one dude do the press operator. Now the dudes that operated the automated press operators, man, they like set the machine and then they walk away
Mm-hmm.
because they ain't have to do nothing else. They just walked away, and like, but then if the machine got stuck and they was gone, well, I ain't working no more because you don't
Yeah, you
went
can.
somewhere. So
Mm-hmm.
like then they come back and like, oh dang, and then they start back up. Now there was one dude I remember like it was a manual one, so he worked the manual machine. He ain't care. He take a break. He'd be like, take 10. Like
Mm-hmm.
he walk away or I just sit there listen to music, my headphones. But like so even that job wasn't bad.
Yeah, now you brought up a great point. Yeah, I haven't had more than 15 jobs. Like I counted 15. I was counting in my head. I was like, yeah, it's about 15. Like that's including DJing. That's including my
Yeah.
paper route. Um, period. I'm like, damn shit. Well, I mean, technically, I wouldn't consider DJing. I mean, it's a job, but I would say my
Yeah.
worst is probably the paper route.
Mm.
And the only reason I say that is I enjoyed the paper route, but people wouldn't pay me.
That's why my mom wouldn't let me have one.
Yeah, so I was literally fighting to get money every day, and I was so happy to get $2 or $3 to walk into. I don't know if you remember
Yeah.
Hackley Hospital, but
Oh yeah, yeah. You stay
but
behind there, right?
right, yeah. So they had a little diner in there, and I used to always see like they had this little rotating thing with like cheesecake,
Mm.
and I'd be happy to have $2 to go in there and buy a piece of cheesecake. Like these niggas was not paying me to do this paper route. Um, hell, I took my last money. Dawg, I said, "Fuck them newspapers, nigga." I took my last, the last money that people paid me, and I bought me a pair of K Swiss, and I was done. I was done with the paper route. I was like, "Fuck y'all, nigga." I still like that was literally the first pair of shoes I've ever bought myself, and I ordered them for eBay. And dog, think about it
Mm.
like this, not eBay, Eastbay. But think about it like this, like back in the day that shit was cash on delivery. Like I didn't have no credit card or anything like
Oh
that.
yeah,
So
that's right. I forgot about COD.
yeah,
Yeah.
so nigga, I literally handed him the money, the delivery person the money when I got my shoes. But that is crazy, think about back then. But yeah, that was probably my worst one. I might even like I thought origami was cool, but it was just like I felt like being like having a computer science degree and all that stuff. I was like, damn, I was like, this is the only job I can get. But it was good for me to have like some benefits, to be able to have health insurance and stuff like that, outside of DJing because
Yeah.
I didn't have a job directly, an engineering job directly out of college. But I do remember this one job I had, and I got Rafik the job, ironically, but it
Was
was a
that the
job in
capital?
you said what?
Was that the capital job?
Well, I no, that job was amazing. I didn't even count that
Yeah.
one. Okay, that's
Yeah.
16. But no, I got Rafika job when we was in high school. It was in Walgreens, and all you had to do was go in there and separate the bottles. Like if like if
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. So I did that for Walgreens, but I mean, at one point in time, it's just like, man, just throw it all away. Like I was like, I don't care about this.
yeah,
Since it don't go to me, but but that was the easy job. Like I was just sitting there, have my CD CD Walkman on, and just work. And like I said, Rafiq had did it. Rafiq, how
yeah, yeah,
Rafiq might have a job this week, he might not. But it was just like a simple, cool. But I only did it for I did it maybe about a couple months, maybe,
okay.
but yeah, that paper route was so fucking annoying. And then I guess I probably have to break it down. I would say origami, based
Mm.
off of all of the other jobs I had.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
So 'cause I can't think of nothing else that I had that was. I mean, I worked for the library twice in undergrad and grad. I worked as I worked for Universal. Um, Damn, I didn't even include that one. So yeah, 17. But I worked for Universal.
Just racking them up.
Um,
I'm at
then
12.
look, I worked for Universal. I worked for the After School Matters program. Worked for, but then that's when I started, shifting into the professional, trying to utilize my degree and not be poor. So, so that's where
Yeah.
the career kind of pivoted. So,
Nah. Yeah. Origami wasn't bad to me, but I also didn't work. I think I only worked part time at origami because I was working full time at QD, and I
mhm.
think I was working third shift. Usually, I was working. A lot of times, I got shifts where I was working on like U or crack or swap
Yeah,
sometimes.
we was work. It
Yeah,
was good people that we were working with, but it was just like, nigga, we wiping ass and shit and taking these
yeah.
motherfuckers to the
Actually,
bathroom. And, you
you're
know,
right. Now I did. I won't. Like I remember, it was one lady who I don't think she was just a fan of like guys, which I feel her. She didn't want.
yeah, she
I
was
feel her.
comfortable.
She didn't want
Yeah.
guys up here wiping her ass. So like, dog, it'd be times because it was a lady that we used to work with. I can't remember her name, but she was usually third shift. And usually, most of the time, one of us worked with her,
Mhm.
and so she would. I think she'd be cleaning or something. I'll go and check on the lady and be like, "Hey, you want me to help you to the bathroom?" No, and she wait for old girl, and sometimes old girl took a little bit longer. But
Mhm.
like, now I remember it was one lady. She didn't care. She like,
Shoot.
yes, like, uh,
Mhm. No,
but
I
yeah,
remember one time I was giving this lady a ride, and she could barely speak,
yeah,
um, or she can. I mean, she can make motions, but
yeah,
I was listening to something that was like adult content,
yeah.
and now she's like, "Hey!" I was like, okay, all right, I'll change it.
I remember one time it was the guy in there. I mean, I won't be saying names, but he was a little rowdy and everything.
Uh-huh.
I remember, he was doing something, man, and he pissed her off.
Uh,
And
ah.
then and she started going ham. And then one time, I don't know if it was the same time,
Uh-huh.
but man, she was always talking about she had got something new. And then she was
Yeah.
always saying it.
Yes.
Yeah. And he used to
Like,
do the little
and then he'd be like,
right. At one time,
"Argh."
because he could do the letters with I don't know if it was exact sign language, but he
uh,
spelled out with his hands and he spelled out like I think I'm sitting there, I think I'm spelling it out like looking at like spelling it out loud, like WHATSN. Yo, stop, man. You saying what's new? Stop, man. Like I I had to stop myself as I realized what he was saying as I'm spelling it out loud. I'm like, hey man, hey, chill out, man. Like you right.
actually, I need to check. I'm gonna check in with Alan and see how you doing, man. Because I went there. It was a few years ago though, but I went there maybe it was before even COVID. But I
Oh,
went
okay.
back there and he was still like chilling or whatever. He still remember me and shit, so it was
Okay.
cool as hell. But yeah, what's new?
I remember you. I remember he asked me, could I score some cocaine? And I came back, I mentioned that you were and y'all was like, nah, he ain't for real, but you good with him now. He was like, he ain't for real, but you cool with him now.
You in the in crowd now.
Yeah, you in the in crowd now. Like he accepts you. Like I funny enough, I've never done this, but he did make me think the same time to brush my teeth in the shower.
Wait,
Like,
yeah, he be,
yeah. Cause I was like, and every time I'm like, yo, I should I was like, nah, I can't bring myself to do it though. I was like,
I've
hell
done
no.
it. I mean, it actually makes sense because I mean you run in less water. Um, but yeah, I mean you gotta, you can't just be dripping all over the place and shit. But
Yeah,
no,
it makes sense.
I don't
I,
like hot water on my teeth either though. I'm like because
yeah.
I'm rinsing out the toothbrush and I'm brushing and now I got an electric toothbrush. So I'm like, so and I'm always like trying to like my electric toothbrush makes me I do it at least two
Shift every,
minutes.
yeah, yep, yeah, shift that every 30 seconds. Yeah, but origami was like was cool. Like I said, and even like where I'm at now, I don't know why I don't want to say it, but I still ain't gonna say it. Um the first 5 years on the phones was the phone like like when I first because at the time when I got the job it was I still remember I think it was 14.53. It was per hour. It was the most I had made in life at to that point. Got good benefits, and in my
Mm-hmm.
mind, I was like, I just gotta talk to people, and they calling
Mm-hmm.
in. Man, like I said his job itself wasn't hard, and I don't even think it was necessarily like the people that I talked to. I think it was the job sometimes itself because it was like I remember like you could do 7 minute rest breaks. So you really weren't supposed to like sound out your phone more than 7 minutes, but you only got 21 minutes a day. So what that means
Seven
is
minute West breaks.
7 minute rest break. So you got like you could in addition to your breaks, because you got I think an hour for lunch and then you got like a 15-minute break.
Mm-hmm.
And so or it's like a 50-minute lunch actually, and then a 15-minute break. But then in between that, they had what they call unscheduled time, and you could take up to 21 minutes a day and
Okay.
but you couldn't take it in more than 7 minute blocks. So I mean that mean like, hey, don't go to Coney because if the Coney hit you at 1 o'clock, I mean, hey, you got to make it quick. Don't use a whole 21. You might use a whole 21 minutes.
Hey, speaking of Coney, man, did they ever open back up? The because American was open, but Lafayette was closed last
Uh,
time
I,
I was there.
I know it's open because when my nephew, I think it was maybe after the Rhapsody concert or
Oh,
Killer
okay.
Mike, and this was either in August and October.
Mm.
Um, took my nephew and we went to Lafayette afterwards. I think they take like debit cards now or Apple Pay now, where they used to just take cash. But yeah, they back to open, but I don't go a whole lot. John will go. I don't even know if John goes as often as he did, but
Hmm.
part of it, I just don't go out nowhere for real. So it ain't like I be out late at night and
Yeah,
because
it's an effort to go there versus like you would kind of be in the area or you be
yeah,
so you could just go and grab it real quick because
yep,
ain't nobody just go and grab a coney. You know what I'm saying? Like don't get me wrong, I mean they're good, but you're not gonna drive
downtown
20
just
30 minutes just to get a coney. You know.
yeah, and that's that. I found out we and John I think every now and then like when we were younger you would, but that would be on the tail end of like, oh man, you might have been out somewhere. Like you like, all
Hmm.
right. So what you now think about we weren't sitting in the crib
Hmm.
like, hey, let's go get some Lafayette. It was like, nah, you made it been now you might have been at a bar that wasn't exactly downtown, but you might have been in, I don't know, I'm trying to think.
I mean, you could have
Maybe
kind of been like 10 to 15 minutes away. Like, oh,
yeah,
let's run over to Lafayette real quick, or let's.
exactly.
What's the name of the Mediterranean place? Got
Uh the Bucharest.
yeah, Booker's Grill. Yeah.
And you
Um,
But yeah,
I've driven far for Bucharest Grill a couple times, just
yeah.
but
But
then I think it's one like what was it off of Livernois, right?
yo, they just
So,
opened one. Yep, one by John. They opened one by us in St. Clair Shores on 13 and Harper. Is it 13?
okay,
13? Yeah, 13 and Harper. But that's one that been in Grosse Point for a while now. But they
okay,
got a few of them now. Like I said, there was one up on Livernois. Like because I remember when my family moved here in 2019. I think they hadn't been open for too long, and I remember after they got moved in that first day, I went to Bucharest and got us all some shawarmas. But
hmm
yeah, I mess with the Bucharest shawarma. Like Bucharest was one of, but and I guess now like because it used to be Bucharest was open. It was the one downtown that was by like the concert venues, like the
yeah, about the
theater
Fox.
and all that. Like
Hmm
you weren't necessarily, and that was another one. If you were out downtown or you were out somewhere, you'd be like, "Yo, let's hit the Bucharest." But now that they've just opened locations everywhere, you like, friend. I mean, I could now, we get done doing this. I gotta be like, I'd consider running up to Bucharest, like, because it's.
that place good, man. I really like. When is Caribbean Kitchen still open?
I think so. I don't feel like John told me he went like in the past couple
Yeah,
months. I
no,
want to
that
say
was my place.
the kitchen was nice too. Um,
Cool.
it's one over here by me, but I think I've tried it once. It was cool, but I really
But
like the
it's more than
kitchen.
one.
No, it wasn't a Caribbean kitchen. This one's called I think
Oh, just
Delphine or
Jamaican
something.
spot in
Yeah,
general.
it's by me. Yeah,
Oh,
it's probably about 5-10 minutes away. I
okay,
tried it one time. It was cool, but I really like Caribbean kitchen though.
okay.
Um,
No, I
and
used to love going there because I was like, and then you had what's the name? Sherwood's like right around the corner.
was
Um, so it's like I don't know if it's still the same or not because I know that they rebuilt it and all that stuff. And man, but I would go in there, man, and get me a chicken salad. Man, that was the most unhealthiest chicken salad I've ever gotten in my life.
that was like the chicken. It was a cross between a chicken salad and
A
like a.
chicken chef salad, I think.
Yeah, that's what it was. The chicken,
Mhm.
it be the fried chicken strips. And like you said, it was unhealthiest thing. Like, I think we get a coney to go with it too. It's like
Get,
salad
or
already.
get the Coney burger and get all of the sauce. I mean, all of the
Yeah,
meat, and it was ridiculous.
it was, man. I ain't been to Sherwood in so long. Like I ain't been, but I've gone in there. Like I mean, I probably haven't gone over there since we moved over here to East Point. But
Mhm.
I want to say a couple times we went. Like when after the family moved here, I think we had went a couple of times. But
Okay.
like it ain't. Coney's is hard now though, man. At this age, being almost 50, man. Like sometimes I think about chili cheese
I,
fries,
I got to
and then
damn near swap out the bread for me, with keto and shit.
yeah,
So it don't do nothing. I don't want to eat no Coney with no
with
bun.
no bun, yeah.
So
I at times can do a Coney dog, but when I think about the chili cheese fries, dog, my stomach just before I eat, my stomach be like, nah, dog, don't even do that. Like it ain't
dog,
even.
it ain't dog like just going to the bathroom. You're like, damn. Now I got to go again. Now I got to shit again.
Yeah,
Like I'm like, god damn. So
and it'd be like, I don't think I I I do still like Lafayette's chili cheese fries from when me and my nephew went like a few months back.
mhm.
Like, but man, a lot of them now I don't necessarily care for them, and I feel like the price of like I feel like chili cheese fries are like $6-7 now, and like I
Okay.
just can't see. I was like, I can't pay $6-7 and know I'm gonna be spending like half the night on the toilet. Like I can't
Yeah.
do it. Like I can't. It got like I could do it for Thai food possibly, but
Yeah.
even Thai food, man, I get
I,
medium.
I,
I
I
used to
feel
get
like I'm
medium.
cleaning out my system with other food versus like
Yeah,
I'm being tortured.
yeah, man. Like you
So
just feel bloated, man. Your
mhm.
stomach feel heavy when you do like the chili cheese fries, and I'll just be like, nah, like it's a spot I go to now. Like I think a couple times I done got the burger, and I'll be like, man, just don't even give me the fries, just give me a side salad with it. Like the
Mhm.
burger's already like a lot. Like I was like, I don't even want the fries either. Just they you could get like your choice of like a soup and salad or something like that. I'll be
Mhm.
like, I think I got like the soup and the salad. They be like, we want fries? Nah, soup and the
Mhm.
salad, homie. Like
I
nah,
get
no.
well shit. In the interest of shit talking, um, we'll wrap up. Always great talking to you. Appreciate you.
Don't be so.
Um, you are amazing. I see you this
So
week. This shit gonna be interesting with 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 the reunion stuff, but
Yeah, have fun.
not to go too deep. You said have fun.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So thanks for jumping on. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a message, and talk to you soon.
peace.
Yeah, this reunion gonna be some shit.
34 o'clock. It is. I did decide to. I'm gonna brand my suit, but I don't know